everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today's the 19th of March 2024. Now look guys, the price of Bitcoin in the global cryptocurrency market is not looking good at all. It is looking like a bloodbath, isn't it? So if you look at the global cryptocurrency market, all of the numbers are looking red. So we'll definitely go and discuss what is going on. Look guys, the answer is pretty simple. Just few days ago, the CPI numbers are out. And on the 20th of this month, that is tomorrow, Federal Chair Jerome Powell will be making an announcement regarding the interest rate hike. Now what he's going to be doing guys is, he's going to be looking at the CPI numbers for the month of January. So you need to remember that 2 months in a row the CPI numbers were bad, that is the inflation was on an uptrend. And because of that, people and investors are under the assumption that Jerome Powell will be increasing the interest rate hike. And if that thing happens guys, I'm pretty much sure the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market will go down. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that. So we'll just have to wait and see guys how it plays out. Now in the world of stable coins guys, we have a massive news, and that is to do with Europe and OKX exchange guys. They have decided to delist Tether USDT. This, to be honest guys, is an absolute massive news, and I'll definitely go and discuss what is going on. So there is a lot of negative news surrounding the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, isn't it? And when you talk about stable coins, they do account for a majority of the chunk. So any negative news regarding stable coins is definitely not ideal. And listen guys, if you're someone who uses BitMEX exchange, there was a really scary and drastic news. And just for 2 minutes guys, Bitcoin temporarily went down to $8,900. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what that is. Now I'm pretty much sure some of them would have gone ahead and bought Bitcoin at that point of time. And if you're one of them, you would have instantly made 10x or 20x profit, isn't it? So I'll go ahead and touch base on that news. Now look guys, regarding meme coin, we have a massive news. In Aichi guys, it is one of the highest NFT sales in recent times, and it is sold for a staggering $4.3 million. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what that news is all about. And last week guys, I talked about Dogwiththat, and they were in the top 4 meme coins, isn't it? And Aichi guys is connected to Dogwiththat, and $4.3 million just for a picture of a dog is definitely cute. But $4.3 million is a ridiculously high amount, and I'll go ahead and discuss who went ahead and purchased it. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode, and like we do in every Crypto and Coffee a Day podcast, I'm going to be discussing 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news guys is definitely a positive one, and that is to do with the Emirate of Abu Dhabi and ADU and FIRE. They have collaborated to advance blockchain education and research. Now listen guys, if you want to go ahead and look at more information regarding FIRE, the actual protocol or project is called as FIRE Chain, and they have named it really interestingly. Rather than using the word F, they're using the number 5, so it is 5 IRE chain. So definitely cool branding I guess. So I'll go ahead and discuss what this collaboration means. And the second news guys could be a very massive news, not just for Dubai, UAE and the Middle East, but probably for the entire world, and that has to do with the Emirate of Abu Dhabi once again. And this news guys is actually published via Reuters, and the news essentially is that Abu Dhabi is in talks to invest in OpenAI. Now look guys, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, he was in the Middle East for a few months, and he was seeking investment for roughly around $7 trillion, isn't it? So we'll definitely go and discuss what this news is all about. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode, so let's get started with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee at 8 has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us, from the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies. We'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee at 8. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee at 8 and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee a Day, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee a Day aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Tough Mudder Arabia, guys, they are putting some really iconic events in the Middle East, and there is one final event of the season that takes place on the 20th of April in the iconic location called as Al Marjan in Ras Al Khaimah. And the final event of the season, guys, is not going to be an ordinary event. They're going to be having some really cool obstacles. And so far as Tough Mudder is concerned, guys, they create hardcore obstacle courses designed to test your all-round strength, stamina and mental grit. And with the most innovative courses and millions of participants all around the world, it is the premier challenge series in the world. Now look at Tough Mudder Arabia, they did put out, if not one of the biggest events in the world of obstacle course race, and they did that with the highest prize money in the history of obstacle course race. And what better way to end the series by having one final event on the 20th of April in the iconic location. Now look, guys, one of my goals is to complete 100 Tough Mudder, and I'm very close to getting there. Now if you want to go ahead and sign up for this event, the registration link is in the show notes below. So what are you waiting for, guys? Get your friends, get your family members, get your colleagues. The link to the registration for Tough Mudder Arabia on the 20th of April is in the show notes below. And if you go through the link, guys, there is a cool discount code mentioned in the show notes below as well. So hopefully, guys, I see you at the Tough Mudder event. Next, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race-Pace Podcast. So check out the Race-Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race-Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now as of today guys, 19th of March, the global cryptocurrency market has gone down by 6.37% and it is well below the $2.50 trillion. As a matter of fact guys, as of today, it is at $2.43 trillion. And look guys, I'm really curious to check what announcement Jerome Powell comes up with. Based on the announcement guys, I'm pretty much sure the global cryptocurrency market could actually go down below the $2 trillion mark, or it could go about the $3 trillion mark, isn't it? Now look guys, a lot of high net worthy individuals would actually want the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market to go down, and the answer is pretty simple guys. Once the prices are low, they will be in a position to go ahead and acquire a lot of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, isn't it? So these are factors you need to think about as well. Now so far as the cryptocurrency market volume is concerned, it is at $163.55 billion. But look guys, since the last 24 to 48 hours, a lot of selling is going on as opposed to purchases. And because of that, the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market is on a downward trend, isn't it? Now so far as the 24-hour volume is concerned guys, it is actually down by 24.03%. Now let me run through the volume of DeFi guys, because to be honest, not much is going on in the world of DeFi guys. If you look at the 24-hour volume, it is at $15.38 billion, and DeFi is accounting for 9.41% of the total cryptocurrency market volume. Now so far as the total value locked is concerned, it is well below the $100 billion mark. It is at $97.07 billion. And yesterday guys, at my Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast, I talked about Solana, how the volume in Solana was definitely picking up pace. So it looks like a lot of activity is actually taking place in Solana, and mostly to do with DeFi and total value locked. But other than that guys, there's not much movement so far as DeFi is concerned. Now look guys, prior to 2021, a lot of news and activity was actually taking place in the world of DeFi. This whole hype regarding NFTs and this whole hype regarding spot Bitcoin ETF wasn't the talk of the town back then. Prior to 2021 guys, a lot of innovation, a lot of protocols was actually focusing on DeFi, but looks like the trend is dying down, to be honest. Now so far as the volume of DeFi is concerned guys, it is accounting for only 9.41% of the total cryptocurrency market 24-hour volume, and Lido is still dominating with $33.16 billion. Now for 2 days in a row guys, decentralized to centralized exchange dominance is on an uptrend and it is at 34.07%. Now it looks like a lot of trading activities, particularly swaps, are actually taking place on Saturdays and Sundays. So these are factors guys you need to look at when you're looking at decentralized to centralized exchange dominance. Now look guys, I wouldn't be surprised if decentralized to centralized exchange dominance does actually go down on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Now this part of time I really am not sure what happens to the fees, but because of the Duncan upgrade, I was hoping for decentralized to centralized exchange remains consistent, but that is definitely not the case. Now let me very quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges, guys, because Uniswap's volume is well past the $2 billion mark. It is at $2.33 billion. Orca is at number 2nd, and its volume is $1.32 billion. PancakeSwap, guys, is at number 3rd, and its volume is $1.23 billion. Radium, guys, is at number 4th, and its volume is $886.17 million. And finally, Trader Joe, its volume is $722.34 million. So look, guys, so far as the top 5 is concerned, the top 3 are well past the $1 billion mark, isn't it? But look at these numbers on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, if it is below the $500 million mark. So let's wait and see, guys, after the Dencon upgrade, if these numbers are reflecting differently. Now let me run through the volume of stable coins, guys, because the volume is at $151.63 billion, and stable coins as of today is accounting for 92.71% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And we have some massive news regarding Tether USDT, and that is not a positive news, to be honest. But so far as Tether USDT's volume is concerned, it is well past the $110 billion range. It is at $116.99 billion. And FDUSD, guys, once again has overtaken the volume of Circle USDC, and FDUSD's volume is $19.34 billion. Circle USDC's volume is $14.20 billion. Now let me very quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume, and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now so far as the dominance of Bitcoin is concerned, guys, it has actually increased, and it is at 52.21%. But this is nothing to brag about, to be honest, because looks like a lot of selling is going on, isn't it? And unfortunately, guys, Ethereum's dominance has gone down, and it is actually at 16.22%. Now, so far as the market cap of Bitcoin is concerned, guys, it is down to $1.26 trillion, whereas Ethereum's market cap is at $421 billion. If you look at the 24-hour trading volume, guys, the 24-hour trading volume has definitely increased, but you need to remember, guys, that a lot of selling is going on. And because of that, the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum is on a downward trend, isn't it? But so far as the 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin is concerned, it is at $69.80 billion. And so far as the 24-hour trading volume of Ethereum is concerned, it is at $26.14 billion. Now this week, once again, guys, I'm looking at decentralized apps working across different blockchain protocol. And in today's episode, guys, I'm looking at Solana. And to be honest, guys, the numbers are looking ridiculously good. And I'm definitely happy looking at these numbers. Now, mind you, guys, I'm looking at these numbers via dappradar.com. So in case you want to double check it, go to dappradar.com. But don't take the information via dappradar.com at its word. What I strongly recommend you to do is go to individual decentralized apps, go to the Blockchain Explorer, and then double verify the information. Now let me very quickly run through the top 5 decentralized apps working on Solana blockchain. And mind you, guys, I'm looking at the fiat value of incoming token transfers from unique active wallets to decentralized app smart contract over a period of time. Now so far the number 1 is concerned, guys, it is Marinade Finance, and in terms of dollar amount, it is $101.66 billion. Now look, guys, roughly around 3 months ago, I did look at the top 5 decentralized app working on Solana blockchain, and if I'm not mistaken, guys, Marinade was at number 3rd back then, and the 24-hour volume, guys, if I'm not mistaken, was around the $20 to $40 million range. So it looks like a lot of volume is actually taking place of as Marinade Finance is concerned, isn't it? Now the number 2nd, guys, is Jupiter Exchange, and the 24-hour volume is $84.09 million. The 3rd one, guys, is Jito. In terms of dollar amount, it is $78.92 million. The 4th one, guys, is Solend. In terms of dollar amount, it is $53.13 million. And finally, guys, at number 5th, it is Sabre. And in terms of dollar amount, it is $36.13 million. Now look, guys, these numbers are definitely great, but I have a massive problem with these, because all of these guys are directly or indirectly connected to decentralized exchanges, isn't it? Or also to do with DeFi. When we talk about decentralized apps, guys, we're literally talking about apps such as, let's say, Tinder, LinkedIn, Facebook Messenger, and these apps ideally should be in the top 5. Then we can confidently state that the world is ready for Web 3.0 or blockchain technology, isn't it? Because look, guys, when you talk about decentralized exchanges and DeFi volume, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a lot of activity going on just to boost these numbers. Now, so far Solana blockchain is concerned, guys, going back to 2020, the total value locked was at $242 billion across all different blockchain protocol. And later on, they found out that someone from the Solana blockchain team, not only were they doing double entry, they were showing the same numbers 3 or 4 times. And because of that, guys, the total value locked from $242 billion directly went down to less than $40 billion over a couple of months and years. So those are factors you need to definitely be aware about. Now guys, before we look at the king of all kings, I'm going to go ahead and give a brief explanation on what security token offering is and how does it actually differ to NFTs. Now look guys, tokenization is definitely the way forward, and Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, in one of the interviews with CNBC, he actually dismissed Bitcoin, and what he's actually said, that the next business area or the opportunity lies in tokenization, and he's definitely talking about security token offering. So let me go ahead and briefly explain what security token offering is, and let's compare it with non-fungible tokens, that is NFTs. So guys, when you talk about security token offering, they definitely represent a novel approach to fundraising within the realm of blockchain and cryptocurrencies, and unlike ICOs, that is initial coin offering, ICOs often lack regulatory compliance and legal clarity, and so far security token offerings are concerned, they are designed to provide investors with a greater degree of security and regulatory compliance. At its core, guys, a security token offering involves the issuance of digital tokens that represent ownership in underlying assets, typically, let's say, a security such as equity, debt, real estate, or other financial instruments, and these tokens, guys, are created and distributed using blockchain technology, and this ensures transparency, immutability, and efficient transferability. Now, one thing to remember, guys, one of the key distinguishing features of security token offering is their compliance with the existing security regulations, and by adhering to regulatory requirements such as know your customers and anti-money laundering and different local procedures, issuers of security token offering aim to provide investors with greater confidence and legal protection. And compliance with security laws also means that security token offerings can offer a wider range of investment opportunities to both accredited and non-accredited investors depending on the jurisdiction. Now, so far security token offerings is concerned, guys, let me highlight some of the advantages over traditional fundraising methods. So what I'd like to talk about is, let's say, increased investor protection, liquidity, global accessibility, automation and efficiency, and finally lowering cost. And so far as increased investor protection is concerned, guys, regulatory compliance helps mitigate the risk of fraudulent activities and ensures that investors do actually receive accurate and transparent information about the investment opportunity. And so far as liquidity is concerned, guys, blockchain technology enables fractional ownership and facilitates the trading of tokens on secondary markets, thereby increasing the liquidity for investors. And so far as accessibility is concerned, guys, security token offerings can attract investors from around the world, as blockchain technology allows for seamless cross-border transactions. And this is where you need to understand the 5 pillars of open blockchain, isn't it? Now, so far as automation and efficiency is concerned, smart contracts programmed on the blockchain can automate various aspects of the investment process, including issuance, compliance, and distribution of dividends or profits. Now look, guys, one of the biggest features of using security token offering is the reduced cost, and by leveraging blockchain technology and smart contracts, security token offerings can reduce the need for intermediaries such as investment banks and transfer agents, thereby lowering costs associated with issuing and managing securities. Now listen, guys, this all sounds great. Let me go ahead and quickly highlight some of the negatives or challenges of security token offerings, and I'd briefly like to touch base on 4 points, that is regulatory complexity, market acceptance, liquidity concerns, and security risks. And after that, guys, I'll make a quick comparison between security token offerings and non-fungible tokens. Now, so far as regulatory compliance is concerned, guys, security regulations vary significantly across jurisdictions, requiring issuers to navigate complex legal landscape to ensure compliance. Now, while security token offerings offer potential benefits, widespread adoption and acceptance by traditional investors and institutions may actually take time due to regulatory uncertainties and perceived risks associated with blockchain technology. Now look, guys, with the chaos that is going on right now in Ukraine and Russia, could it be possible that a citizen from Russia participates in the security token offering? I really am not sure, to be honest, and this is where the legality kicks in, isn't it? Now let me very briefly touch base on liquidity concern, guys, because look, while blockchain technology can enhance liquidity, the lack of established secondary markets for security tokens may actually pose challenges for investors looking to exit the position. And finally, guys, so far security risk is concerned, as with any digital asset, security tokens are susceptible to hacking, fraud, and other cybersecurity threats, isn't it? Thereby necessitating robust security measures to safeguard investor assets. So look, guys, overall, when you talk about security token offerings, they definitely represent a promising evolution in fundraising landscape, offering a compelling combination of regulatory compliance, transparency, and efficiency. While the market, guys, is still relatively nascent, continued regulatory clarity and technological advancements are actually expected to drive the growth further and innovation in the space. Now guys, let me very quickly make a quick comparison between security token offering and non-fungible token, and I'd like to talk about 4 areas guys. First one is the nature of token. The second one guys, I'll talk about the use cases. The third one is regulatory compliance, and finally guys, the fourth one is interchangeability and divisibility. Now so far as the nature of token is concerned guys, security tokens represent ownership of an underlying asset such as equity, debt, real assets, and other financial instruments. They are typically subject to security regulations and are designed to provide investors with financial rights such as dividends, profit sharings, and voting rights as in it. But so far as NFTs or non-fungible tokens are concerned, they are unique digital assets that represent ownership or proof of authenticity of a specific item or piece of content. That could be artwork, collectible, virtual real estate, or even in-game items, and each NFT card is indivisible and cannot be changed on a one-to-one basis with another token, as they possess unique characteristics and metadata that distinguishes them from one another. Now look guys, at this point of time, I'm pretty much sure you know what NFT is, but let me give you a basic explanation on what NFT is. Let's say if you buy a bottle of water for $1 or 5 dirham, and if you were to give it to another person, the value of that is still $1 or 5 dirham, isn't it? But what would happen, let's say, to the bottle of water if Lionel Messi or President Trump signs it? The value shoots up in price, isn't it? And that becomes a non-fungible token. So that bottle of water now is different to other bottles of water. So in a nutshell, guys, that is what NFT is. And then there are different variations that let's say rather than just signing one bottle of water, is there a batch of bottle of waters that has been signed, and that will still be deemed as NFTs. Now, so far as use case is concerned, security token offerings are primarily used for fundraising and investment purposes, allowing companies to tokenize traditional financial assets and offer them to investors. These assets, guys, are typically subject to regulatory oversight and are designed to provide investors with financial returns. And so far as NFTs are concerned, NFTs have a wide range of use cases beyond investment, including digital art, virtual real estate, gaming items, collectibles, and intellectual property rights as well. And NFTs, guys, they actually enable creators and content owners to monetize digital assets and provide buyers with ownership or access to unique digital content. Now, so far as regulatory compliance is concerned, due to the nature of securities, guys, security token offerings are subject to security regulations in various jurisdictions, and issuers must comply with legal requirements such as know your customers and even anti-money laundering regulations, and they have to do that to ensure investor protection and regulatory compliance. Now, so far as NFTs are concerned, guys, while some NFTs may represent securities or financial instruments, many fall outside the scope of security regulations and are not subject to the same level of regulatory oversight. However, guys, legal considerations may still apply, especially in cases involving intellectual property rights or copyright. Now, so far as interchangeability and divisibility is concerned, guys, security token offerings are typically interchangeable and divisible, meaning that investors can buy and sell fractional ownership in the underlying asset, and this enables liquidity and allows investors to trade the tokens in secondary markets. And so far as NFTs are concerned, non-fungible tokens are indivisible and non-interchangeable by nature, and each NFT card is unique and cannot be changed with one-to-one basis with another token. However, guys, NFTs can be bought, sold, and traded on digital marketplaces, enabling ownership transfers and monetization. So essentially, guys, look, in summary, while security token offerings and NFTs leverage blockchain technology and digital tokens, they serve different purposes and operate within distinct regulatory frameworks. And security token offerings are primarily used for fundraising and investment in traditional financial assets, subject to security regulations, while NFTs, guys, represent ownership or proof of authenticity of unique digital assets and have diverse use cases beyond investment. So let me know, guys, if you agree to it or if you do have any points to add into. Mention them in the comments below or drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now, guys, let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. Now, unfortunately, guys, the price of Bitcoin has gone down by almost $10,000 in just a few days, isn't it? And this is the volatile nature of Bitcoin in particular. Now, if you look at the price, guys, right now it is $63,684. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 5.64%. Since the last 7 days, it is down by 11.12%. And guys, right now in Coinbase, Bitcoin is no longer trading as premium. In other words, guys, Bitcoin is now trading at a discount on Coinbase. And later on, guys, I'll briefly touch base on what did actually take place in BitMEX, where the price did actually go down to $8,900. Now, so far as Ethereum is concerned, guys, it is well below the $4,000 mark. It is at $3,284. and since the last 24 hours it is down by 7.85%, and since the last 7 days it is down by 17.35%. And Solana right now, guys, is kicking ass at number 3, and the price is $180. Now, since the last 24 hours, though, it is down by 10.16%, but since the last 7 days, guys, it is up by 20.71%. And look, guys, if you look at the market cap difference between Solana and Binance BNB chain, the difference is well over $7 to $8 billion. I wouldn't be surprised if Solana remains the top 3 at least for a couple of months, but the cryptocurrency world is absolutely crazy, isn't it? Imagine a stoppage on Solana blockchain once again, and it'll go back to number 5th and number 6th. Now look, guys, the only reason why the prices have been fluctuating so much since the last few days is because the CPI numbers are out, and for 2 months in a row, guys, the inflation is heading towards the roof, and investors are under the anticipation that Jerome Powell most likely will be increasing the interest rate hike. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, pay attention to what Jerome Powell says via YouTube, and also pay attention to the question and answer session, and based on that, guys, you can go ahead and make your own decision. Now, apart from the CPI numbers and the FOMC meeting, guys, there's a massive event that did actually take place on Grayscale, and Grayscale Spot Bitcoin ETF did actually experience the largest outflow since its conversion on 11th of January, with over $640 million worth of Bitcoin exiting the fund on 18th of March. And Fidelity's Bitcoin ETF, guys, also saw reduced inflows, leading to a net outflow of $154.3 million for Spot Bitcoin ETF. Now, despite the recent outflow, guys, analysts do actually remain optimistic about the future of Bitcoin ETF outflows, citing potential increases in investor interest. Now look, guys, some attribute Bitcoin's recent decline due to slowing ETF flows. Others actually point at factors that I talked about earlier, that is regarding the FOMC meeting, the CPI numbers, but there's also Bitcoin halving that is going to take place in just a few months, so you definitely need to keep that into consideration as well. Now look, guys, commentators regarding Grayscale Spot Bitcoin ETF have actually highlighted that the remaining Bitcoin holdings on GBTC as a reason for long-term bullishness regarding ETF flows. So what are your thoughts, guys? Do you think the price of Bitcoin will pick up pace after Jerome Powell goes and makes the announcement? Most likely yes, but look, guys, there is also Bitcoin halving coming up, isn't it? And that news will definitely be pumping the price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies along with that to extremely new heights. Now, guys, let's discuss some news regarding Tether USDT. And OKX, guys, has delisted Tether USDT stablecoin for users in European Union and the EEA, that is European Economic Area. Now, this move, guys, by OKX aligns with upcoming EU regulations requiring stablecoin issuers to be licensed electronic money institutions, and OKX, guys, has cited regulatory compliance and security concerns for the decision, but they have emphasized a focus on expanding euro-dominated liquidity. Despite the delisting, guys, EEA, that is European Economic Area-based users, can still deposit, withdraw and trade USDT through over-the-counter channels. Now look, guys, so far as this news is concerned, Tether has not put up any news via Twitter or any other channel for that matter. Now look, guys, as much as I dislike saying this, when you talk about stablecoin issuers, they are replacing the role of a bank, isn't it? So for them to get registered makes 100% perfect sense, and I really am curious to check why is Tether USDT not taking up that license. Is it something that we need to worry about? I really am not sure, to be honest. But so far as this delisting is concerned, guys, it could actually create opportunities for other stablecoins to gain market share in the EU and EEA, isn't it? Particularly, guys, those that are perceived to have stronger regulatory compliance or stability, and Circle USDC will definitely be looking at this. These are my honest thoughts. Now, guys, let's discuss some unfortunate news regarding BitMEX. And Bitcoin, guys, experienced a flash crash on BitMEX, and this happened on late Monday. Now, listen to this, guys. The prices did actually go down to $8,900, but it lasted for roughly around just 2 minutes. Now, let me go ahead and explain, guys, why this thing happened. What happened, guys, was there was a large sell order totaling $54.49 million. And because of this, guys, the price of Bitcoin did actually fall down. But the crash was short-lived, guys, lasting only a few minutes. And it finally did actually rebound to $67,000. Now, at this point of time, guys, BitMEX is investigating the cause of the sudden sell-off. Now, it's really important to note, guys, despite the crash on BitMEX, the global average price of Bitcoin remained relatively around the $67,400 mark when that crash happened. And guys, BitMEX is investigating unusual activity in the Bitcoin USDT spot market, and that is because it involved large sell orders, isn't it? However, guys, they will show the users that the derivative markets and funds are unaffected, and the platform is operating normally. Now look, guys, if you want to go ahead and read through the article is actually published by CoinDesk, and it is in the show notes below. Now, guys, let's discuss a massive news, and that is in the world of NFTs. And Aichi, guys, which is a meme connected with Dogwiththat, has been sold for $4.3 million. And at the time of the sale, guys, someone did actually pay 1,210.759 Ethereum. Now, so far as this news is concerned, guys, a South Korean couple, the owners of Shiba Inu featured in the Dogwiththat meme, earned $4.1 million from the sale of Ethereum NFTs of that meme. Now, so far as this news is concerned, the NFT was sold for $4.3 million worth of Ethereum, making it the most expensive meme NFT ever sold, narrowly surpassing the previous record held by original Doge NFT. Now look, guys, the auction was actually held on the NFT marketplace called as Foundation platform. Now here's the interesting drama, guys. The bidding did actually see a war between GCR, who's a well-known crypto trader, I guess, with Memeland, which is an NFT venture collective associated with 9gag. Now look, guys, crypto trader GCR ultimately secured the NFT with a final bidding price exceeding $4.3 million. Now imagine, guys, paying 1,210.759 Ethereum, which is roughly around $4.3 million just for a picture of the dog. You gotta be crazy, isn't it? But those are crazy world in the NFTs and in the cryptocurrency world as well. So those were the news, guys, on the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news, guys, definitely seems like a positive news. And ADU and FIRE, they are collaborating to advance blockchain education and research. So let me go ahead and share more bits and pieces of information regarding this news, because this news, guys, is actually published by government agency of UAE, that is Emirates News Agency, and the website is wam.ae, that is W for water, A for alpha, M for mother.ae. So far as this news is concerned, guys, ADU and FIRE are collaborating to enhance blockchain education and research, prioritizing sustainability and accessibility. And a memorandum of understanding was signed by Professor Ghassan Aoud and Pratik Gauri from FIRE with a focus on student education and support. And ADU, guys, plans to offer specialized courses and workshops on blockchain technology, supported by FIRE's financial sponsorship for UAE national students. And this partnership, guys, aims to foster innovation among students and researchers, facilitating the development and commercialization of blockchain projects. And they plan to include launching a blockchain academy with profit-sharing models and organizing hackathons and hands-on training sessions as well. And there will also be a comprehensive training initiative and access to FIRE's technology for faculty and staff members to integrate blockchain into the curriculum. And this news, guys, is in alignment with ADU's mission to empower students for future career success and leadership roles, and focus on the transformative potential of blockchain technology across industries and addressing adoption challenges are the core idea for this partnership. And the commitment from FIRE to tackle sustainability and accessibility issues is definitely fostering positive societal and environmental impact, isn't it? And this collaboration, guys, aims to nurture an innovative ecosystem and leverage blockchain technology for societal progress. And look, guys, there'll be opportunities for students to develop and commercialize blockchain projects with support from both ADU and FIRE, and financial sponsorship is provided by FIRE for eligible UAE nationals pursuing blockchain education at ADU, and hackathons and hands-on training sessions will be organized at ADU to provide practical experience in blockchain development, and faculty and staff members at the ADU, guys, will be receiving comprehensive training and support from FIRE to integrate blockchain into the curriculum, and the launch of the Blockchain Academy with a profit-sharing model. And guys, they definitely have a strong emphasis on the potential of blockchain technology to transform various industries, solve societal challenges, and the collaboration, guys, reflects a shared commitment to advancing blockchain education and research in the region. And the joint efforts, guys, is aimed at fostering innovation, entrepreneurship, and societal progress through blockchain technology, isn't it? So definitely positive news. And roughly around a year ago, guys, I did talk about this news where they initially launched their project in Abu Dhabi. So it looks like they have definitely made some steep progress. Now, guys, let's discuss second news. And to be honest, guys, this second news might just be one of the biggest news probably in the entire world, as it has to do with OpenAI. And the news essentially is that Abu Dhabi is in talks to invest in OpenAI's chip venture. So let me go ahead and share more bits and pieces of information regarding this news, because just a few weeks ago, guys, in my Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, I did talk about a new company called as MGX, and a lot of the top companies from Abu Dhabi started a new company. And Abu Dhabi's MGX, guys, is in discussion to invest OpenAI's chip venture, aiming to reduce dependence on NVIDIA chips. And OpenAI CEO, guys, Sam Altman, seeks funding for a semiconductor business amid high cost of AI infrastructure development. And he actually estimates projects AI infrastructure costs ranging from hundreds of billions of dollars to trillions of dollars, and traditional venture capitalists are priced out, prompting OpenAI to seek funding from nation states. And so far as MGX is concerned, guys, it is chaired by Sheikh Tahun bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and they are in early talks with OpenAI for funding. Now look, guys, the United Arab Emirates is aiming to position itself as a global AI hub, leveraging its wealth and political backing, and UAE's AI Minister guys Omar Sultana Al Olama highlighted the interest from Elon Musk in AI partnership with the Gulf state, and MGX's partnership guys aims to centralize Abu Dhabi in the global AI strategy and shape the known overseas vast empire, including AI-focused companies backed by Abu Dhabi sovereign funds, and UAE's ambition guys attracts top players like Altman and Nvidia's Jensen Huang as well, and UAE's AI moves in AI, including appointing the world's first AI minister and opening an AI-focused graduate university. Now look guys, when I'm preparing for my Crypto Coffee Day podcast, I'm seeing quite a lot of positive news in the world of artificial intelligence, and unlike cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, there are immediate use cases of artificial intelligence. When I look at news regarding cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, since the last decade we are still in the building phase, but so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, the use case is right from the get-go. And so far as this news is concerned guys, UAE is facing challenges navigating US-China trade tensions, particularly concerning ties to Huawei, and G42, which is backed by Abu Dhabi's Mubadala, has actually cut ties with Chinese partners amid US concerns, and UAE guys is prioritizing access to US tech partners following discussions in Washington, and UAE is emphasizing economic interest over political agendas in AI ventures, and the focus is on responsible and non-controversial AI applications led by Emiratis or global partners. And look guys, UAE is definitely seeking collaborations with best global partners to advance AI initiatives, so definitely a positive news. Now look guys, Saudi Arabia is definitely leading the pack so far as artificial intelligence is concerned as well. So look guys, I wouldn't be surprised, let's say a decade or 2 decades from now, if the Middle East turns out to be the leader in artificial intelligence. Now the big question is, where does blockchain technology fit in? Now I hate saying this guys, the only area where blockchain technology fits in is if the data is stored in an open blockchain. Other than that, I don't see any use case of blockchain technology. Definitely no use for cryptocurrencies. You would be better off using, let's say, central bank digital currencies, in my opinion, to be honest. So those were the news guys on the cryptocurrency, blockchain and artificial intelligence world. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So let's get started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB, listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. I have a question by Arthi who asks, do you think it is advisable to buy NFTs and flip it, or create new ones? Now look Arthi, this depends on your trading experience. Me personally, I do not go out and buy any NFTs and flip it, but some of the good friends of mine, they are very active into trading, and they definitely do that. So it depends on your trading experience, to be honest, and you also need to have a very strong community, probably on Twitter, where you're going ahead and sharing a lot of your trading experience. Now, to be honest, I have no information or no clue regarding flipping NFTs, but what I'd really recommend you to do is go to crypto Twitter and definitely try to get some feedbacks from that, because to be honest, a lot of people have actually got it and lost money flipping NFTs. I remember the first NFT which was sold, I think it was by New York Times, that was sold for a couple of $100,000, isn't it? And the person was trying to resell it and give it to charity, but if I'm not mistaken, someone was not willing to pay even $50 for it. And roughly around a few months ago, I talked about Christie's. They wanted to have an NFTs of Ether Rock, if I'm not mistaken, and they were planning to raise a couple of $100,000 for it, but I think the last bidding price was roughly around $12 or something, so that is a risk you need to be aware about. So regarding flipping NFTs, I'm not sure. It does depend on the community that you have. Now, what I'd really recommend you to do is, why don't you go ahead and create your NFTs? Now, you don't necessarily have to be an artist. You can be a business person, you can be a teacher, you can be an instructor. You can also be a sports fanatic, and you can utilize your talent in NFTs, and then you can have a couple of utilities attached to your NFTs. So the classic example I can think of is Gary Vee. He literally has a doodle, isn't it? And whoever buys his NFTs get a couple of hours of Zoom session with him, maybe even meet and greet as well. Now, if I'm not mistaken, President Donald Trump, he did release an NFTs of the suit that he wore for having the mugshot, and that particular suit is broken down into tiny pieces, and whoever actually buys that NFTs does get physical access to a part of the suit that he actually wore, and that NFTs was a massive success, and I'm pretty much sure a lot of people want to get a part of the suit that he actually wore for the mugshot. Now look, this is iconic and genius move by President Donald Trump, so what I'd really recommend you to do is think of an NFT. It doesn't have to be fancy or anything. If you look at Aichi, it is literally a photograph of a dog, isn't it? But the key thing to remember is you need to have a really strong community that backs your NFT or project or protocol. And just yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, I talk about a mysterious NFT artist called Ascaro who actually raised $10 million. That was absolutely shocking as well. So my advice to you is, why don't you go ahead and create your NFTs? Now on a side note, Arthi, I do have a different podcast called as the Race Space Podcast. Now what I'm actually thinking right now is, maybe for each and every episode that I release doing interviews with local and international athletes, what I really want to do is their audio file or video file, I want to take it, I want to go ahead and put it into a cryptographic hashing algorithm, let's say Ethereum's KSAC 155, and then I'll get an output, and that output I'll try to make some kind of design or something, and then I'll go ahead and try to use that as an NFT. That is one area I'm thinking of, but I'm still in the thought process of what are the features or utilities I can offer with that. But listen, if any of your listeners do want to be a part of it, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. But look how they think of ways where you can probably offer some utility to your NFTs. Those are my honest thoughts, to be honest. And that's about all, guys, on the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world from Crypto and Coffee at 8 from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website, www.blockchaindxb.com. And also check out my website, area2071.com, that talks everything about Metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse, and how the series of episodes under Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East, in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions from the cryptocurrency world. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.